going to assist me in unveiling some more of my ways to practice. Now, 5 is relax and practice slowly. You can't be in a hurry if you're going to get better. A lot of times we want to rush it. You're trying to explain something to a student, how you want them to play something. I know, I got it. They're in a hurry. They flub through it. Take your time. Take your time. Now, here's an example of how to practice slowly. So you see, it can get kind of boring having to play music at that tempo. That's part of practicing. You have to just keep working on it. And then when you get it at that slow tempo, then every day, every week you work on it and you play it faster and faster and faster. Now we get to number 6. You have to practice longer on things that you can't play. You know, you're around the house and you want to show off. You want everybody to be proud of you. So naturally, you're going to play whatever you can play. Generally, that will be the easier things. So when you get to a hard part, that's when you really have to buckle down and concentrate and dedicate yourself. Now here's an example of a very, very difficult passage in the Hummel. And it sounds like this. Now see something like that, you might have to practice that for hour after hour after hour. You know, it's like in basketball. You see people and they get out on the court and they do all kind of fancy dunks and things that they've worked on, but then they go to the free throw line and they can't make the free throw. It's because they didn't practice on what they couldn't do. So don't forget that one. Number 7, play everything as if you were singing. Make everything sound musical, no matter how apparently unimportant. Always play with a maximum of expression. Give yourself over to the music all the time. Always try to do your best. And it's like that in real life. Every day you walk around making yourself into you. So don't sit up and do everything with the proper type of attitude. Be interested, be interesting. Always invest yourself and participate. You know, when you warm up, you're serious. When you're playing a piece, you're serious. When you're practicing, you're serious. Then you really will have a good time because you will understand the fun of being serious.
Well, what do you do when you're playing something that's not a piece of music, like when you're warming up? How do you make that expressive?
Well, everything is a piece of music. Every time you touch your horn, you're playing a piece of music. So what he's talking about is a warm-up on the trumpet sounds, it's really very, really boring. It sounds like this. Now, earlier you all were asking me to play taps. Well, this sounds like taps. This is taps. So you see, something might seem like it's not important, but it is, because it's all a part of you. The way you tie your shoes, the way you hold your fork. Always try to be yourself and give yourself to what you're doing. Don't be a cynic. Like a lot of times people think they're too hip to be a part of something. Don't be like that. Invest yourself in a thing. Now, number 8, don't be too hard on yourself. If you make a mistake, if you mess up in a concert, it's not the end of the world. It's like dropping the touchdown pass in the championship. Everybody's looking at you, all your friends, your mom and dad is up in the stands. And boom, you come back to the bench and the whole team is, don't feel that bad. It's not the end of the world. You learn from your mistakes. You make a mistake and you just incorporate it into your experience and you keep going. A large portion of your musical life will be spent in group practice. And most of your greatest moments in music are the result of a group effort. Well, actually, the same thing is true outside of music. How many times have you heard someone receiving an award say, the people I want to thank are just too numerous to mention? It was truly a group effort. I'm always fascinated by groups. It's like a congregation in a church. You know, you might hear 300 people saying the same prayer, and they start together, and then somewhere in the beginning they find a group rhythm, and they end together. Well, this is the essence of what group activities are about. You start kind of separate, but then you get it together, and it ends together. That makes group playing and group living successful.